Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome back to the channel. As you all know, we came from Canada and are currently in Peshawar, Pakistan. We came here to attend my brother-in-law's wedding and spend time with our family. So there's about a week and a half to the wedding and it is crunch time. We bought my Mehndi and Barat dresses the next day after we arrived and gave it to the tailor, as you guys know from my previous vlog, and I got the kids matching ready-made dresses as well. So today after having breakfast, I got to see the wedding invites. They were so cute and creative. I love the overall design of the card. The boxes were so cute with both of the names. It was simple plus it was elegant. I love the floral designs at the top of the card. We had two different types of wedding invites. The black ones were for close family and relatives, while the golden ones are for other family and relatives. You know how it is. Families decide which families to invite for different events. After breakfast, my sister-in-laws were coming to meet us. So everyone was coming to meet us slowly and, wish us Umrah Mubarak and just have some quality family time. A little bit of a background about us is that I was born in Pakistan, but I have been raised in Canada my whole life, while my husband was born and raised in Pakistan. He came to Canada to do his master's and then we got married. Our families are family friends since when we were little. And so my husband has a big family, mashallah, with lots of sisters and one brother, while I have a small family with one sister and one brother. Quite a difference, right? But yeah, after we had some chai and lunch, we basically got down to work. They started writing down a list of all the families that we had to invite for the wedding. Today's main task was to go give invitations to close family and relatives, which in Pashto is called Sadi. So once my father-in-law and sister-in-law made a rough list, we decided to write down the names on the cards, but then later realized that it would be hard to find each specific box because we were planning to go to many houses. So we wrote the names on some boxes and left the rest empty, and we decided that we'll write the names as we go. So before we headed out to go and do some Sadi, my mother-in-law brought us this amazing Falooda, which is my husband's absolute favorite. But yeah, so let's go do Sadi. Today's main area of invitations is going to be Peshawar City. Meeting a lot of my father-in-law's side of the family today, and I love that I got to see new parts of Peshawar that I haven't seen before. So this was Hayatabad, which was really nice. I loved how the houses were designed. This whole experience of doing Sadeh was completely new to me, so you guys are learning about our culture along with me. So I learned that Sadeh are done pretty fast, usually cover more than 40 houses in a day, quickly drop by at each house, invite them to the wedding, give them the cards, and then move on to the next house. So we were definitely on the move. After going to Hayatabad, we moved on to another area called Askari Phase 2. This place was a gated neighborhood with pretty tight security. They had such a nice community. Along the way, we were actually discussing how much the designs of the houses resembles houses in Canada. They had large houses with garages and same style of neighborhoods. My father-in-law had come to visit a while back and he was recalling how much he enjoyed his time in Canada, and every time that he comes to this neighborhood it reminds him of Canada. Afterwards, we went to a few other neighborhoods as well, but basically we ended up coming home quite late at night. I believe we covered about 30 houses this day, which was a lot for me considering I haven't done this before. My sister-in-law was laughing at me saying, wait till tomorrow, we are going to the village and there will be at least over 50 houses. So it's about to get interesting, you guys. But the best part about weddings? When we came home, I just love the fact that the whole family just stayed up late and we were chit-chatting all night long and just were chilling with drinks, snacks, and lots of laughter, mashallah. Every morning, my father-in-law, who I call Abu Ji lovingly, he always started the day with reading the Quran out loud in the morning. It was something that I really got used to and loved to hear every morning. Even Xavier do the drill by the end of the trip, Truly, they say with your elders in your house, there's a lot of barakat, and the young kids, they learn a lot from their elders as well. After we had breakfast the next day, the two Nojawans of the house were having a cricket battle and they made me sit in the middle to watch and be a referee. All I can say is that there was a lot of cheating going on. The best part was when Xavier stole the ball and then he kept running to the middle to play too. Ruined their whole game. We left pretty early this day to pick up my sister-in-law, and then we headed to the village to do more invitations. Today we were heading to my husband's village, which is in Charsadda. So let's go. Brought Zoe along both days because she's so small for me to leave alone. Today I would be meeting a lot of my in-laws' families on both sides, so I hope you guys are excited. Let's go. reached here by lunchtime, and Abuji insisted I try the famous Charsadda ruje or Charsadda sticky rice. Honestly, guys, all I could say is that this was absolutely delicious, like the best rice I've had. So much meat, and can you see the stickiness of the rice? I can easily say that I devoured this, mashallah. It's a must try if you're in Peshawar. After we had lunch, then we went on to the main village area where my in-laws are from. So my husband was laughing at me because I was so interested in seeing everything. To be honest, I was fascinated by the different lifestyle that they have here. Like, just imagine, I live in Canada, and for me, this is a completely different world. But alhamdulillah for being able to appreciate all that our culture has to offer, you know. We saw these dumbe or sheep on the road, and my sister-in-law was laughing at me as, you know, I was just recording everything. She said that it's so funny how this is very ordinary for them, right? But you are just fascinated. So it made me think that's really true. It's like a completely different world for me, and if I were to speak honestly, it gave me a better perspective of life too. Like, you really look back at where you came from and how much Allah has blessed you with. Alhamdulillah. Like, always remember to be grateful and show gratitude for your blessings, and also respect and appreciate your family's hard work and where you come from, your origin, your roots, you know. But yeah, also spending time in the village and meeting so many elderly people, it really made my heart happy. I think, you know, I think of it as a way that I can get as much dua as possible from elders, because truly the dua from an elder can change your life. So we went to a couple of houses, and everyone was so happy to see me. They had last seen me, I think, like 4 or 5 years before this at my engagement. So I was definitely feeling the love. Everyone insisted that we stay at their house for lunch or dinner. But we had so many houses to cover that we kept on going very quickly. We were filling in the cars one by one at each stop. We was also having a blast. Surprisingly, she was enjoying meeting new people a lot, and she was super friendly with everyone, which made me so happy. She did get a little cranky in between, but we tried to entertain her with random things in the car until I finally put her to sleep, and I just put her down for a nap. As we drove by fields and like different areas of the village, my father-in-law was telling me so many stories of his childhood and like his family. It was so much fun to listen to, and I always love, you know, when like the elders, like my grandma, grandpa, they used to sit down and tell us stories of their old times, of their life. Like, it would always fascinate me. My sister-in-law was also telling me stories of how she used to, you know, visit the village every summer, and after she got married, she lived in this village for a long time. So I was really intrigued to hear these stories. We moved on to go to my sister-in-law's family for invitation, like her in-laws and all their extended family. And since it was Zohar time, we did stop to pray. And the family that we were visiting at that time, they insisted a lot that we stay for lunch. Inshallah, they were so inviting and welcoming. Truly, Pathans are known for their hospitality, and I felt all of it. They were so kind, and they quickly arranged everything for us. Ordered fresh chapli kebabs from the bazaar, and let me just tell you, this food was absolutely delicious. Like, I know it was not good for my foreign stomach, but oh my god, I loved every single bite. When I showed my husband a picture of this food when we got home, he was so jealous, and he wished that he had gone too. That's how good village food is, you know. So we kept on going to finish all the invites until it was pretty late at night. All the families were so welcoming to me, and I actually learned a lot about the extended family members of my in-laws family. After a really long day, we finally headed home. By this time, we were all super tired. When we got home, we saw all the lights that were finally put up. It looked so nice, mashallah. You could totally feel the wedding vibes now. Next day, we got right to work first thing in the morning after breakfast. My husband, brother-in-law, and I head out to finalize the clothes and shoes for the guys. I had chosen the colors for my husband's clothes and just had to finalize the vest that he'll wear with it. He had a brand new one with him but wanted to get it fitted, and my brother-in-law wanted me to choose the color of his vest for his Barat day. So we also needed to buy Peshawari chappal for my husband, and I was very specific on what I wanted. Even though he's the one wearing them, I was the one who was specific. Wives, right? We stopped at a couple of stores, but they didn't find anything that I liked, so we moved on to the next shopping area. So let's go. to the Kisahwani market where they sell a lot of different things ranging from clothes to kids items to electronics, and you'll find these things in reasonable prices. There's a lot of food shops too. Our first job of the day was to finalize the guys' vests, so we headed to the tailor's shop. There were so many colors and designs to choose from, but I ended up going with a classic gray look for my husband and an off-white look for my brother-in-law to match his clothes. The tailor took their measurements, and alhamdulillah, that task was checked off our to-do list. While the guys were getting their measurements taken, I saw these pocket squares and I wanted to see how it would look on my husband's vest. After he tried it, I actually ended up not liking any of the colors. I didn't think it would be a good match for the color of his vest, so I just let that be. But yeah, after we got that done, my husband wanted to get Falooda, which is another famous food item here in Peshawar. If you visit Peshawar, this is a must try. It's different from any of the regular Faloodas that you must have seen in other parts of Pakistan, but it tastes amazing. It has some kulfi in it along with noodles, and they add rubri on top, which is like the cherry on top. I can't count how many times we have had this during our trip in Pakistan. If you're craving something sweet and creamy and delicious, this is it. It always hits the spot. Alhamdulillah. We got some crushed nuts on top and it was delicious. Let's just say that nobody shared. Next thing to do was buy Peshawari chappal for my husband. So we headed to the Namak Mandi shoe market. They had many shops lined up one after another, all selling Peshawari chappal. This is also the famous bazaar where Prime Minister Imran Khan got his Peshawari shoes from. It's a very simple market with beautiful shoe designs. My husband tried on a couple of shoes just to check for size, and you can see they have so much variety and lots of different designs and colors to choose from. They also had the option of customizing it to your liking, which was amazing. Well, my husband tried a few different shoes in a few stores, but unfortunately none of them had the proper fit for his foot. They were all slightly small. I really liked a design in one store, but they didn't have his size, so we ended up like not buying any shoes at all. And that's when the guys decided to bring Abuji in on this task, as he knows a lot of good places in Charsadda to make or to get Peshawari chappal from. After roaming around in the markets for a little bit, I got hungry and I was craving the one thing that I know is amazing and never disappoints in Peshawar, and that is this right here, the all-time famous Namak Mandi. Literally before even coming to Pakistan, while we were still in Canada, I told my husband that I will be eating Namak Mandi as much as I can when we go to Pakistan. It's that good, you guys. I have yet to find any place that can make this kind of meat anywhere in Canada, and that is the real truth. I'm being completely honest with you guys. They let you choose which cuts of meat you want, and the meat that they use is really high quality. Can you believe this is only made with salt? That's it. No other spices, no other ingredients, just lamb, pieces of fat, and salt. It is amazing. سبيل الدموع سبيل مريح تنهدى يا صاحي كي تستريح وبث الدعاء الخفي الصريح يسعك الفضاء. When we got that plate of meat, oh my god, it smelled divine. It was so nice and hot too. The whole car, it smelled delicious. They gave this chutney with it and we ordered naan to eat it with as well. The best part is the meat is super, super tender, like falling off the bone type of tender. Even though it was cooked on charcoal, it's very soft. Like you'll see here, like it was really hot, so it was really hard to hold. But my husband literally, he's like pulling out the bones out of the meat. Like that's how soft it is. It was amazing. So alhamdulillah, we all just dived in and devoured this. Mashallah, like the guys couldn't even wait for me to, you know, put down my phone. They just wanted to start eating right away because it smelled so amazing. But yeah, after a really busy and productive few days, this was one day where we kind of wrapped up all our activities by noonish. I hope you guys are enjoying the Pakistan wedding and shopping vlogs so far. And inshallah, more vlogs will be coming soon about decor and events. And I hope you guys are enjoying the content. If you have any suggestions, please let me know in the comments below. I'll end this vlog here, and inshallah I will see you guys in the next one. So take care of yourselves and Allah Hafiz.